When I move, it's an earthquake rumble. I won't ever ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble. When I move, it's an earthquake rumble. I won't ever ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble. When I move, it's an earthquake rumble. I won't ever ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble. When I move, it's an earthquake rumble. I won't ever ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello. Hello. Welcome. I'm glad to see all you beautiful smiley faces in here. Who we got? Oh, what's up, Laser? The first one in here. How you doing? Life up. Mindful Edna. Hey, Edna Boo. How you doing? Life of Lindsay. Living. How are you doing, Living? Welcome in. Good to see you. Random Fish. How you doing, a fish? Welcome, Boo. Y'all know I have been out of tune on Girl World for so long. But I do still keep up with the drama and I see stuff going on. But before we get started on this reaction, we're gonna kind of like I'm gonna kind of like dissect of what I know, but you guys probably know a little bit more than I do about this. Okay. So Monty had a live stream last night. Okay, y'all, it was a 5-hour live stream. And let me tell you right now, before I get started. Hold up. If you think that I'm going to review a whole 5-hour live stream, no disrespect to Monty, hell no, okay? But what we're going to do is get into the meat, bread, and potatoes of what's going on, okay? Oh, celebrity says Kaya's still lying. Yeah, okay, so basically I'm going to give my opinions about it, but before I do, I want everybody in here to know that I still respect her as a creator, as a person. I'm not going to necessarily trash her, talk bad about her, but I am going to give my opinions and what I believe. So if anybody in here will be offended of me giving my opinions, whether it's hard, tough love, or whether it's just the truth. I would suggest that you exit stage left, right the hell now, okay? Because I don't got time for the little bitty crying about, oh, you being mean, because I'm going to stay how I feel about the situation. Now, this was very interesting because it was Monty, Marty, and Skinny Queen Reacts on this panel. But so let's just jump straight into this, okay? And we'll dissect as we go.
It's like 2 o'clock in the morning here.
Yeah, 2 a.m. for me. So it's been a long night. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go on, do my thing, max an hour and a half, get off. But it's like everybody was coming out around here. This is being one of those streams, man, where so much people have come on and said stuff. It's gonna be talked about, reacted to. So
yeah,
I heard them going at it. I was like, this sounds silly. It sounds a little silly, but I don't know. They seem to be in a better place than before, and that's good. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you expect me to say?
Yeah. Well, all right.
All right, we'll just keep waiting for Kaya. She got the link, so if she wants to come up, she says she's coming up. So yeah, it has been a wild night. I didn't expect her world to come up and say her piece. So no,
Hey, Tip Top Boo, how you doing? So I'm not going to watch the 4 or 5 hour stream, but what I am going to try to do is get through as much as possible. And why did I speed this up? Let me speed their asses up. I mean, forgive me, can speed them up, y'all. We ain't gotta watch them on real time. Speed them up a little bit. Let's go to 0.5. See how that goes. We're not gonna watch the 4 hour, 5 hour live stream, okay?
wasn't
Oops. I did the opposite, y'all. I slowed the asses down. Yeah, I told y'all it's been a long time for me up on here. Okay, let's see how we go now.
wasn't Jessica saying her world is now what, Christina de Latina?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got Kaya. I see you, Kaya. You turning off that cam, you're keeping that on. All right. Okay, if you want to turn it off in 5 seconds as I'm putting you on.
And let's go. In the kitchen right quick. Come on, Better Come on.
Lou? Is that the name of your dog or one of the children that your husband's pimping out?
Marty, either we're going to do this the real way on here.
This is a fair question. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fair question. I don't know.
Come on, Bella. Come on.
I don't know. I'm sorry. So
I'm sorry. Come here, Bella. It's okay. Come on.
I'm gonna be pausing a lot, y'all, because for one, starting out the scene is already basically it's. I personally don't know if I would have had Biz Marty up here. Me personally, I have nothing against the man at all, but knowing the track record we know about how he deals with certain situations, I probably wouldn't have had him up here for this, especially if you want to have a shadeless conversation. We're gonna say that he instantly come in with shade. That was shade. So now the gloves are off, y'all.
Come on, I'll be right back. Come on, girl. Come on, Belle. Belle, come on, girl. Come here, good girl. I'll be right back, okay? Good girl, Belle.
It's an honest question. I see how you would think that was a joke, considering how horrendous.
You know, I'm dead ass
your husband.
Either we can do this on here and be cool, and
but I can assure you.
Okay, Mark, is this what we're gonna do? We're gonna play games, and then I'll just do it on my channel.
Like how that's a fair question, right?
Marty, I'm being serious. I'm giving everybody. They can ask questions. I'll explain the best that I can. All this happened way before we got together. Okay.
Yeah.
The girl had an ID. Again, I'm not justifying that.
She had an ID.
She had an ID. The cops took the ID. He had no this. Hold on, y'all. Let me plug up. There was an ID. There was no
an ID. Like what does he want to buy? Like the board?
She had a fake ID, unfortunately.
She had a fake ID for her pimp.
Marty, he didn't.
So he only pimps out women over the age of 18, 21. And...
Marty, I'm not trying to. It was a different time in his life. I'm not excusing it. No, I'm not absolutely. But
Can I ask you, does he living now? Just out of curiosity.
Marty, are you serious? So y'all want him to work, or you don't want him to work?
I'm wondering. Why can't I ask him questions?
Do you really think that I'm going to let anybody wreck? So are people supposed to reform? Or are they supposed to not reform?
So I'm not asking.
Marty, come on.
I'm just asking what industry he works.
Come on. Come on, Marty.
So
come on.
Why is that not a fair question?
Really?
Industry.
People want him to reform, but yet I'm going to tell where he works at.
I'm not asking where he works. I'm asking what industry he works in.
I'm not even comfortable.
Does he have a job? We just live off of you.
No. He has his whole own thing going, legitimate. That's all I'm going to say.
So what industry? There's no way that
I'm not even. We have built this shit from the ground up. I am not about to jeopardize. I don't
so
care. My grandmother.
We work in the same industry.
I understand what she's saying. People expect him to reform, and she's right about that. We have to give people the chance to reform and change from who they used to be to who they are trying to become. But now we can't ever forget what they did, because you don't want to forget, because you want to recognize those same signs and be able to identify those signs if you start seeing the same signs again. Now, what I don't know is, are they together now? Is this an ex? Because I was under the impression that this was an ex that she had dealt with in the past. So can y'all help me figure that out? Is this who she currently with now? Because she said we've built a lot, and she's not going to tell where he works at or what industry. That is a smart move. Knowing Marty, it's not smart. I don't care if it's just the industry, it's not smart. If he wants to dig up dirt, he will dig up dirt and call it and figure out who it is. So that's smart. No, okay, so no, that's her current man. That's her current man of many years. They are now together. So why is all this just now coming out? Why is it coming out anyway? That's what I don't get. If it's something, if they've been together for a long time, okay, why is it just now coming out? And why is it even coming out in the first place?
We both work in the same industry. Maybe that's why what he did was normal to you. Like,
no, I used to dance years ago, was very transparent. Yeah. I used to hustle, was always transparent. I never came on here and acted like I was the perfect little angel. I said, I've got a backstory. I've got a back history. I never was in the pimp game. I never was into any of that. I did my job in the club. When I left the club stayed at the club.
Back up, Kaya. I'm back up. You said you had a hustle. Okay. You're from the streets, okay? Well, I'm from the streets, okay? But I grew up around people around the streets, okay? I'm from the suburbs, for real, but I know lingo and I know what a hustle is, okay? So when you say a hustle, there's a lot of hustles, okay? Selling the 90 can be considered a hustle. So I think right there, she should have clarified that even more to say, so people don't have that assumption if that's what they're thinking. But this is also what I know. Dancers, and I don't say everybody who dances is selling anything, okay? But it does go hand in hand, okay? Because those men will walk in those strip clubs, get a little sample, get a little tease, okay? Get a little sample, a little tease, and then they want the whole cow because you done pour them a glass of milk. So sometimes it may lead out to the club. It may not be standing on the on 4th and Manhattan, but it's still the same game. So, but I'm not saying she did or she didn't because I don't know. I wasn't there. But the hustle statement, it is very, very vague. Very, 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 very vague. And okay, so what did Random Fish says? She said she was never a prostitute. I don't know if I can say that. I'm gonna say worker. But she maybe the stroll in the club. Sorry. Okay, so she may not have. Okay, so I'm gonna be real, y'all. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 up here. Okay, I've been in certain situations where people have offered me money that I wasn't attracted to. Period. I'm just gonna say that now. With that being said, okay, working in a dance club. And living and being with a person who is a known, wondering if she was a whole madam and not, you get what I'm saying? But I'm not going to make accusations or assumptions on this. Okay, I said that from the beginning. I'm going to go with facts. We ain't got no facts.
Okay, so like, I guess all that's immaterial. What are you possibly going to say that would endorse your support of this man that you think is going to be accepted by anyone in the sphere?
I want to first off, no matter how anybody takes this, and please let me at least say this, I truly apologize to each and every one of you. If this has
we're not some children. We're some children who had our innocence stolen.
If anything gets said, I need this to be said.
Yeah, you don't listen. We didn't get pimped out as children, so you don't need to give us any apologies.
I'm giving an apology to those that cared for me, my channel, and that's really all that I'm here for. Those that cared about me, or still do, or have in the past. I never wanted to hurt anybody with this. That was never my intentions. Yes, I did act absolutely poorly, and he did as well. When you have somebody,
now when she says she acted poorly, they mean by the underage young lady. Okay, now that's not her fault. We can't sit up here and say it's her fault or his fault, because that right there, people lie on a daily. When I was 16, 17, I was lying about my age, and with grown folk, okay? With grown folk. But and the same thing come back around and happen to me. So you can't say that she should have known when the person had a fake ID, and 9 times out of 10, they probably did lie. They probably did a lie. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to eat before the live, but it's almost gone. It's a little bit oatmeal. Wait. Oh, hey Moose, how you doing, boo? Wait, exactly. Okay. Nina says exactly, Lindsay. Like, no one cares what she has done with her grown adult body. Right. I can care less because I probably done a lot worse for a lot less. So period. And I agree with that. But what I no. I'm not blaming the victim. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm saying that people will lie about their age so that way they can get to a certain point. That way that you would mess with. Most people won't do that with a child. Some people will. So that person may have lied about their age, but that still does not release you from being 100% accountable, even though it's not fair. It's not fair to the person who's being lied to. It's not fair to them. But you gotta look at also at the other person's position. So the child is a liar makes okay. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I think as soon as you find out, that's when you cut everything and you gotta figure out how to fix it. This is a very sticky situation because I've been on both sides where I've lied about my age or had somebody lie about their age. What I think it becomes just tasteful at a certain point. If you find out the person lied about their age and you continue the same foolishness with them, I think then that is where you need to be really held accountable for real. But y'all, it's very sticky. And that's why I really didn't want to go over this, but it's very sticky situation. Like nobody, I'm not pointing to say anybody's right or wrong. I'm just saying the fact that let's just keep going. Let's just keep going, y'all.
This child in line.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Marty.
How do you keep this child in line?
There was no keeping her in line, Marty. Unfortunately.
So why did this child hand him over the money that she made from sleeping with men?
I want to be careful on here because this person has moved on.
If the crime is not going, you have no reason to.
I know, but this is somebody else's story, and they've moved on with their life. They have children.
What's he doing right now?
And I understand that, but I'm gonna leave.
What's he doing right now?
What's that?
What's he doing right now?
Do we want him to work or do we not? So if he's a lazy bum and doesn't reform his life and change, so he's a lazy. What do we want here?
Well, honestly, I just want honesty, truthfully.
And I'm being 100% transparent. That's why I came on here. I thought, let's do this.
Okay.
You're absolutely right. They do typically target younger women, younger looking women. Now, if that's what happened, if you went looking for a younger lady and she gave you a fake ID, you take responsibility for that. I mean, that's like a convenience store, okay? If you give them a fake ID and they don't see it, and you go in there and you buy alcohol and you go and you leave and get hurt, guess who's responsible? That convenience store is held responsible. Even though you had a fake ID, we're supposed to be able to distinguish a real versus fake, and as adults make smart and educated decisions. But it's these kind of situations where you don't know the person or know their character. But I can look at a child as a grown man. I can look at a child and know this is a child, or look at a person that's 18, 19 years old. And I can realize, okay, they're at that age to where I can't tell if they're over 18, so I'm not even gonna bother with it. You know what I'm saying? If I have the second guess your age in my head, we're done. You know what I'm saying? We have nothing to do. That we have nothing. If I ask you for, wait, hold up, y'all. I just peeped something. I peeped something. What pimp? Okay, what pimp is going to ask for an ID? I don't even believe that. What pimp is going to ask a girl for her ID? Miss T, how you doing, boo? I have never known a pimp, a drug dealer, anybody asking for an ID to buy anything. Okay, I do find that hard to believe. And if you had to ask for an ID, you shouldn't be messing with that person. Now I'm thinking, y'all. Now I'm thinking, okay. So if anybody pops in here and y'all peep that out, y'all make sure that y'all listen to the whole stream, okay? Period. Don't take this piece of
So, yeah. Do you think that anyone's going to like welcome you back?
And that's all right. But I want to apologize to those that got hurt in this. I never wanted to hurt anybody. I see a lot of people saying that their past was dredged up by this. That I don't ever want to come on here to hurt anybody. I always wanted to come on here to lift people up. I really am a recovering addict. This is me. I'm me. I don't play a character on YouTube. I'm the same person. And it was never my intentions to anybody to get hurt in the crossfire of this.
Do you think that continuing to engage in the sector is going to be conducive to him or you improving your lives?
I think that both of us have tremendously improved our lives. He has helped me. I have helped him. I mean, people are going to believe what they want to believe, but I do feel like I owe those that cared or care about me. I never meant to hurt you guys, and that's from the bottom of my heart. If you hate me, I understand that. And I can take that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I understand like you come from like a different sector of the internet. I mean, I come from a different sector of the internet, and like our rules are not the same. If you're trying to live an honest, hardworking life, and you don't want to be criticized or experience negativity, do you think that continuing to engage on the internet is something that's in your best interest?
I do understand, and I've always said this, tit for tat. If I criticize Foodie and other people are going to criticize
like,
me.
It's not about Foodie Beauty. It's about a child being pimped.
Can I ask a question real quick, Marty?
Sure.
The chat wants to know. Some of the people in the chat want to know.
I'm sorry, yo, I can't see the chat. I apologize. I'm not. What do we? Yeah, I'm on stream. I can't see the chat, yo. I apologize. Is there a way to turn the chat on?
I just wanted to ask. They want to know why you said the victim wasn't a victim initially.
Let me clear that up. Is okay. The reason why I said that was definitely in poor taste, and I was acting on emotions.
Wait, what do you mean?
I have to tread lightly because I don't. Somebody, this woman has moved on. Has
Let me state this. The person who was being pimped, regardless of whether they lied about their age, they're still a victim at all. Like they're a victim at all. What they're not at all. They're a complete victim in this situation. That's what I mean to say. I'm sorry, y'all. They're a complete victim. For one, you're taking a child, whether you knew or not, it's irrelevant. Okay, you're taking a child and you're putting them on the streets. Now, not only that, but you're giving them substances so they can go out there to do these things. Because if you think they walked out there sober, baby, you got nothing coming. And I don't know if anybody can do this sober and be able to sleep at night. Okay, so they're a victim in that aspect. So not only have you pimped them, got them hooked on a substance, then you're taking a portion of their money that they worked for and you've done nothing for. Okay. And Kaya low-key profited off of this. Again, I like her. I respect her. I don't have a problem with her. But she profited off of other girls' work. So whether or not he feels like they're, oh my God, girl. That would be the reason why she feel like at first that they wasn't a victim, or she said that at first. That could be the reason why. She said she acted out from emotions, which I get it. Yes, I've said things that I didn't mean because of high emotions and adrenaline. Okay, I've done that. But you profited off of minor labor. That's why you didn't want people. Oh, girl, if it ain't about me.
Oh, totally. So how do I, this woman, excuse me, young adult, I apologize, young adult. The reason why I said that is she was trying to get away from her family. So that's kind of why I said that, because she was willing to be there.
Whoa. Did y'all, okay. Did y'all just hear what I heard? Hold on, let's take Kai back slightly, y'all. Let's take her back a little bit. So I want y'all to hear what she just said. Oh my god, and it's like so right here. Okay.
So I mean, I understand like you come from like a different sector of the internet. I mean, I come from a different sector of the internet, and like our rules are not the same. If you're trying to live an honest, hardworking life, and you don't want to be criticized or experience negativity, do you think that continuing to engage on the internet is something that's in your best interest?
I do understand, and I've always said this, tit for tat. If I criticize Foodie and other people are going to
Like,
criticize
it's
me.
not about foodie beauty; it's about a child being pimped.
Can I ask a question real quick, Marty?
Sure.
The chat wants to know. Some of the people in the chat want to
I'm
know.
sorry, yo, I can't see the chat. I apologize. I'm not. What do we? Yeah, I'm on stream. I can't see the chat, yo. I apologize. Is there a way to turn the chat on?
I just wanted to ask. They want to know why you said the victim wasn't a victim initially.
Let me clear that up. Is okay. The reason why I said that was definitely in poor taste, and I was acting on emotions.
Wait, what do you mean?
I have to tread lightly because I don't. Somebody, this woman has moved on, has totally. So how do I? This woman, excuse me, young adult. I apologize. Yeah. Young adult. The reason why I said that is she was trying to get away from her family.
Them.
Thank you, Amber. I mean, not Amber, whatever her name is. She was trying to get away from her family. Kaya, this is not helping your case. That means she was living at home. She was a minor living at home with family. If anybody I look at, they look young, okay? And I gotta ask them for an ID, and then I know they live with family, I'ma automatically assume they're a minor and a child. Wait. So she knew this girl. Apparently, I don't know who this chick is. I don't know whether she was a family friend or just a friend on the street or just some random girl they find out. But I'm starting to believe this was not just a random girl that they found on the street, girl. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
So that's kind of why I said that, because she was willing to be there. I didn't mean to. I acted in anger. I acted poorly, but that is where that comes from.
Are you considering maybe the possibility that you're acting poorly right now?
So you mean to tell? Wait. So if a woman is willing, okay, to go over a man's house, does that give him the right to sexually touch her or to use her? No. Just because she's willing to be there does not give anybody a right to take advantage. And that's exactly what her husband, boyfriend, whatever you want to call the situation, did, was use this young lady because he knew she wanted to get away from her family and wanted to be anywhere else but there. So in order for, oh Lord, this is too deep for me. This is too deep.
I'm just trying to be honest and answer the questions as honestly and real as possible. I'm not trying to bullshit anybody. I'm giving everything I got here.
Well, I mean, I'm going to give you the best advice I can give you is to log off the internet.
Britt say, I think it was a random girl. But how you know she lived with family? Because at the end of the day, in Bridge, you may be absolutely right. You may be it may have been, but that means you were searching for her and you dug deep. You asked other things. Most pimps are just gonna want to know the bare minimum. What time can you start? Okay, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to be funny, but they don't want to know. I live with my mama. But the fact that this information was out there and they knew all this, that means they were grooming this young lady. Whether you wanted to or not, they were grooming. And I say they only because Kaya was in the house with this when this was happening, under my assumption, the same house, right? That makes you a guilty party. You've seen it. If I sit here and watch a child get beat and don't do anything, I'm just as guilty as the abuser. I'm just as guilty.
right now and to stay off the internet.
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. All right.
I don't see why, Marty. I don't see why people deserve this. This is why some people, go back to different things. I'm not saying us, but people deserve second chances. And if people don't give me that, I understand that. But for the people that email me and talk about recovery and that I've helped, to say that I need to go, what? That
Well, you're coming online and saying that the child victim wasn't a victim.
I'm not saying that, Marty.
You did say
I'm
that.
not saying that.
But you did.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it was a whole ass ordeal.
She claims this took place before she met him. Then well, my question is, how does she know so much? She knows a lot of detailed information that she had to be I mean, listen, I'm gonna throw this out. So I'm gonna throw this out there. This is my assumption. This is not proof. It's not fact. This is alleged material right now. She could have been the one that picked her out. She could have been the one that picked her out. Or to say, oh, you can come stay with me and my man. Or I really don't. It's really hard to believe that she knows all this information and can speak on his behalf if she wasn't at the scene of the crime at the time of the crime. Period. I could be wrong with that. But so again, if that's the case, why is she even speaking about it? If it happened before her, she should have no words, because that was his past before me. And that's not my business. You know what I'm saying? That could easily have been her statement. But the fact that she didn't make that statement, she's always trying to defend him and trying to talk. I'm not defending nobody, period. I would even defend, I probably defend I would even defend my own mama. I just wouldn't speak on it. I wouldn't. If my dad was in a situation that this man was in, you think I'd be up here trying to defend him? No. Because I don't. And especially if I wasn't there, no. For what? If I was there and I had facts and knew, maybe. But I'm not.
That, yes, was it made in poor taste? Absolutely.
Very poor taste.
Do I want to justify this? No, that was not my intentions. I acted like shit when I first came on. I acted in my emotions. Absolutely. And so did he.
Are you going to whine when people victimize you?
Marty, I've been victimized ever since this went down.
You think so? You think so?
Whoa. Okay, hold on. How are we a victim now? Wait, hold on. How are we the victim? I mean, I guess everybody in this situation could be point the finger and say I'm a victim, I guess. That don't make them a victim, but like I get it. Like people will give you shit. They're going to give you shit and they're going to give you a hard time. But this, like any other nonsense, was going to fade. People are going to forget about it. Okay. Some people are not even going to care. You're real people who are there to support you and uplift you aren't going to care. Or they'll kind of be like, okay, well, this is before her. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously, we're going to go there?
Well, like I've given you, look, like final opportunity, log off, stay off.
Not happening.
Okay.
So what are we going to do here? Are you who's threatening to set my house on fire and kill my dogs? Is that what we're doing here?
Look, I constantly got to keep.
Okay, now I see how she a victim. Okay. Now I can see how she a victim. I can see by people threatening her. So that at this point, she can turn it into a victim. Sometimes it's a deflection. But that's because of your statements you made. And I'm not trying to give anybody the right to say, hey, whether who's right or wrong as far as like I'm not justifying anything, but if you would have came out of here with open-minded and been respectful and not pointing fingers or not trying to say this person that was a victim was not a victim and just went with it and took the punch she's going to take and moved on, people probably wouldn't have gave such a hard time. Now that does not make it right. That does not give anybody the right to threaten somebody's life. Period. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are or what you done. Okay. Nobody's life should be threatened. At that point, it becomes too much. It does. And Fish said if they had any legal hearings after the charges or contest the registry, etc., she could know a lot from that. Yeah, but she wouldn't know the girl's livings situations or like that. All she would know would be the information surrounding the crime itself.
Accused of being a dog hitman. Like,
No, these are the emails I'm receiving that my dogs are going to get shot, my house is going to get burned down. So do I need to take precaution?
I would sleep with one eye open. I'll tell you that.
I always sleep with one eye open, baby.
Okay, Lindsay, you said, does anybody have receipts? She was threatened because I think she was saying that because of Missy Musa with Marty. That could be the case. But she may have gotten threats, may not be so severe. But Biz Marty just verified I would sleep with one eye open. So he may know people have probably said something to her, but I'm like you, like receipts, because that's a really strong. If somebody has threatened you that much, why are you not at the police station? Why are you on YouTube Live? Because baby, you best believe if any one of y'all come for me, okay, I am going to the police department. I'm going to FBI and I'm filing charges fully, okay? And I got surveillance cameras around my house, okay? Period. Indoors. And they record. You won't shake me, okay? Period. But that's where you have to have that strong mind mentality. Biz Marty seems like he knows how to get to people who are weak and vulnerable. Now, I'm not saying she's weak or vulnerable, but y'all read between lines.
Baby,
I would if I said that's a pimp who smacked around kids for money.
Nobody
That's
smacked
like
around anybody, Marty. Read the cases. They're out there. They're out there, Marty. Read that shit.
Shut the fuck up. That's bullshit. That's how it works.
Marty, nobody smacked around
money and
nobody.
get slapped around. Shut the fuck
No,
up.
that's not the case.
How
Sorry.
do you work? Tell me how it worked then.
Sorry, that's not the case.
Tell me how it worked.
Let me tell you, Marty. I don't know.
So how do you deprive this child of their money?
There was no depriving the child of the money.
So, okay.
The money was for her to.
Okay. Y'all, I keep pausing. Y'all know Biz Marty has a point. You know, I'm starting to kind of like Biz Marty over here. I'm starting to feel him out a little bit now. I don't like everything he does. I give him that. But I'm starting to respect him a little bit more because he's right. Because most times when you have a pimp plus it's a fight to get the cash, because sometimes they'll hide it because they don't want to give you up all their hard-earned money because you didn't earn it, okay? And in their eyes, and it's true. So sometimes they have to use physical force. A lot of them have been beaten within inches of their life over $1. You know what I'm saying? So I agree. So the fact that she's sitting there saying he has never hit her, she don't know that. She's up here signing things that she's that her name. I mean, that she don't even know for sure. How does she know based on what he says? And if you ask me, he lying. He lying. Because if he ain't never did it physically, he said it. He said he would, which is just as bad. You put fear in people, you know what I mean?
Stay there because where they were staying, nor the person knew that she was underage either.
So did he sleep
Nobody
with
was
the underage
condoning
kid?
being underage.
Did he sleep with the underage kid?
No.
Bullshit.
She came in, she went and did her own thing. Marty,
Bullshit.
I'm a grown ass. I don't have to lie to you. What he did in his
He's a
past.
landlord. Bullshit. I don't fucking believe it.
Read it. It's all out there. Read it.
Well, so
why
okay.
would I come on here when the case is out there? It's public.
I'm just wondering how he deprived this child of her money, like just by paying rent.
There's no depriving, Marty. They did it. No, she was fucking.
Well, so
she had an ID.
You know
It is a court case. Absolutely. I'm not saying that, Marty.
So how did he separate this child from their money? Just paying rent? Like, I don't understand that. Maybe you can explain it.
She was staying there. When the cops brought her back there, they seen she had her own room and her clothes and all her belongings were there.
Okay, well then I don't think so let's just say
in the state of Nevada, Marty, is that's the thing too. I see people saying, well, why can't he get off the name of the state of Nevada? Is places to Nevada it's known for having, a bad rap, people coming at their party and doing their thing. So when they brought her back there and realized that she wasn't 18 plus, they seen she had a room, they seen her belongings were there.
So I mean, I know that like Nevada is like Sin City, right? Las Vegas. And there's a lot of pimps out there.
There are, unfortunately. Yes,
there are. Like he was just a landlord for children.
If the cops knew she had a fake ID, why the hell couldn't y'all figure that shit out? Or he couldn't figure it out. Period. The cops knew she had a fake ID. They seen all the stuff was in the room. why couldn't he figure that out? Like that was an. If you ask me, he knew that girl was underage. I'm seeing it now. He knew she was underage. He knew it. There's no way around it.
Bullshit.
He wasn't a landlord, Marty. They were all staying with someone. He wasn't the landlord.
Okay, yeah, he was her pimp. You just said he wasn't the landlord, so what was he? He was her pimp. Let's just call it what it is.
Marty, I'm not making an excuse, but like I said, she had an ID.
Yeah, okay.
Nobody knew that she was a minor. Nobody in the whole house.
Again, I highly doubt that. Y'all knew she lived with family, trying to get away from family, and you knew she looked young because you asked her for an ID. How else do you know she has an ID? Do you go through her stuff? And Moose, I agree with you. She was just paying rent. Chabo, she was paying the rent on that corner. That's the rent she was paying. She was paying him to rent the corner that she was on. Pay no rent in no house. Y'all living in one house together. The bunch of people. So I'm saying, look, listen, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Kaya now one bit, and I'm not gonna hold this to her. But at the end of the day, this story it's got too many holes. Kaya knows too many details that it's not court related details. Too many. A pimp asking for an ID. Okay, that's
even the other people that were there, nobody knew she was a minor. Am I excusing that? Absolutely not. Should they all have been, if people wanted to participate that were older in that shit, absolutely they should have done more due diligence.
And what shit?
I'm not gonna say.
You just said participate in that shit. What do you mean by that shit? I'm curious.
There was other people that stayed in this household that were older that were doing their thing.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So he it sounds like a brothel, basically.
Okay. And I'll say his last thing. Miss Amber Chick, you right, boo. Ain't no shame in sex work, okay? But don't let no man profit off your okay. Get all your coin. You don't need him for power, okay? It's power. And you can easily go out there and work your own block and make your own coin and not have to give up $1 and be living well off with no stress, no headache. Just go, you know what I'm saying? You be better off doing it yourself than to have him. Now, the reason why they had these pimps back in the day was for protection. But it went from needing protection to being an controller, a ruler, a king, and the person that you're supposed to bow down to and give all your check to. But the person that you're giving your cash to protect you is the one putting hands on you. Anyway, I'm getting hot over this.
It wasn't a brothel. Everybody had their own room, did their own things, came and go as they went. It wasn't a brothel.
It was a brothel.
Okay, so he said that he had pimps before her and after her.
What he was meaning by that was, and like I said, that was a shitty ass comment to make. I will absolutely, totally say that.
Yeah.
But what he was meaning was she continued to live the lifestyle after all that had went down. Am I excusing that? No.
What he said was that she had pimps before me and she had pimps after me. So where does he fit into that equation? He was a pimp during the time that she was with him, and there's pimps before and pimps after him. He pimped her. Let's just call it what it is. Why can't you just be honest?
I'm being honest. She paid for it. That is how all the money came into play of how the files went down. When they came in, they seen her clothes were there and that she had her own room. That is how all the money came into play.
I mean, this is all a pretty big insult.
I don't believe that not now bit, y'all. I don't. That's now. This is why I gotta call you on your bullshit. Okay. Now you lying. You lying. You dead ass lying for this man. I don't care how much you love him. Don't lie for him. Just don't say a damn thing. Just hop on here and just don't say shit about it. Move on. But don't lie for the man, because now you looking real crazy. You looking real crazy. We always talk about how foodie beauty lie. Okay, let's not run that same circus, because I can look at this and tell it's lie. Oh, the person that I feel the most for, even though it's the child. Yes, they did this before and after, but that does not excuse an adult from doing what they did to this child, because you could permanently mess up somebody's head with this. This is a lot to do. A child out here selling? That's a lot. That's a lot. And she could have like contracted anything at a young age. The pimp rests working harder than the devil to defeat. Okay. Well, see, back where I'm from, that's a madam. That's a madam. Okay. And realistically, she fits the madam. She fits it. Like, even in this scene, like if I was to zoom and say, oh, look at this. Even if you look here, damn, I can't. Okay. Even if you zoom in there, like it's screaming to me, madam. It's screaming to me. And I'm not trying to shade her, okay? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shade her or anything like that. But that's just what it's giving for me. That's just it.
Marty, I'm being real with you. You wanted the real, you wanted the truth. I'm giving you, I'm not going to sit here.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
I was heard you say that like you used to hang out with pimps on the reg, right?
I used to live in a shady part of Atlanta. Absolutely.
Okay, but he wasn't a pimp.
I met him after our lives had completely changed. I had stopped hustling, stopped dancing. He had changed his life. I had changed mine.
Can I ask a question?
Did I live in a place that the area was filled with pimps? Absolutely.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah. Okay, I keep pausing it, but the fact that she lives in a house with a bunch of pimps and she's a dancer, she was. she probably wasn't a madam. Yeah, she probably okay. So either she was a madam or she was one of the workers with her, which is why she's trying to go to bat for this girl. Kaya doing that double talk. Okay, she's. Is this how she procured the victim? Ooh. Oh.
Question.
Yeah. Go ahead, Skinny. I'm sorry.
When he was on Elwet's panel, she asked if he was remorseful, and he said he was not for doing his actions.
He's not on here like we are. Can you imagine somebody that you love? Thousands of people are coming at them sideways. I never wanted to hurt people with this. So both of us absolutely acted like a shit. Both of us. I regret that stream. He regrets that stream. He's not on here. This isn't his realm. He has a regular job and does his thing. Skinny, you know what it's like the first time coming on a stream or making a video?
You know what? Yeah, so I know what that's like. You know what I don't know or can relate to is pimping out children for money. Like that's something that I can't relate to, and if it's not something I can even consider. But let's
Marty, he did not know she was a minor. I'm not trying to justify that, but I'm telling you the honest truth.
Okay, so let's just say like his house full of these girls.
There was couples, there was people. It wasn't just a fucking pimp house and a bunch of chicks.
I don't believe that there was couples there.
Okay.
So he was just a landlord. He was basically like a landlord. Like maybe I don't think that he would be convicted of pimping or pandering if he just didn't look at a tenant's ID. I don't think that would work like that.
Go to Nevada, get in the situation, and see what happens.
So let's just say that a tenant gives you a fake ID. Okay, you're saying that.
Okay, so here's what she's trying to do. She's trying to play us for dumb. Not necessarily for dumb, but she's trying to tell us how they do it in Nevada and get away with it. They make it look like you're renting from them. But we know, she knows, they know, everybody knows, even the police know that's not the case. It's clear as day. Clear. And that's what she's trying to tell us, is that's how they do it there. So it doesn't look like working, but it's working. And it's still a madam, and it's still a pimp.
This is all that occurred.
If they get caught on the strip, on the boulevard, and they come back to your spot, and that person has a room there, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but that's what happened in this situation.
Does the paperwork reflect that?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so let's just say that I was an honest landlord and a tenant gave me an ID that was fictitious. I wouldn't come on and say that, look, this girl had pimps before me. She had pimps after me. In fact, a pimp came to testify against me.
That is what she did, though, Marty. I'm not trying to make shit up or lie to you guys. That was just unfortunately, the field that she chose at that time. I'm not trying to bullshit you. I'm being real with you guys. I'm not trying to bullshit you guys. I mean, is it fucked up? Absolutely. If I could take all the whole situation back and change time and so could he, absolutely.
I mean,
Sarah Jane, I'm being honest and I'm being real. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm not going to bullshit you guys. That's not me. So ask away. I'll answer for the next couple minutes. I don't know what you guys want me to say. Is it a fucked up situation? Absolutely. I did not want to hurt any of you guys in this. That was never my intentions for something that happened in the past with somebody I'm with to let down you guys or to hurt you guys. Please, if you gather anything from this, know that. I don't want to dredge up any of you guys' past. I don't want any of you guys to be hurt, feeling. That's not what I ever wanted to do on here. That was never my intentions, ever.
Can I ask like how this came out?
It came out by a channel that had, I guess, basically from how it came out to me was I was sent an email and it was like, yo, what the fuck is this? And I was like, all right, let's.
You didn't even know. You had no idea like what the paperwork was.
No, he had always been upfront and honest. He has always, from the day when I met him, he's always been on, like, you can't start a relationship with somebody and not tell them, hey, heads up, I want to tell you this.
Yeah, because he's probably labeled something and can't be around children. You see what I'm saying? So of course he had to tell you, in case you have children or y'all had children, you should be in the clear and know. That's why he was telling you this.
This is going to affect my life for the rest of my life.
So like, I'm curious, like, you bring it up like, yeah, so I was running this apartment building, you see, and like I had to rent out units. And long story short, this girl gave me an ID and I gave her a very fair price on a unit. She paid rent, and long story short, I got convicted of pimping out a child.
I've seen the files. I've talked to his family.
I just don't.
I don't.
It's
Miami says, can someone ask Kaya when she entered this lifestyle? What do you mean by that, Miami? Like when I got with him, when I stopped, like
well, you were a dancer,
I used to do. What, I'm sorry, Marty.
You said that you were an adult dancer, like an exotic dancer.
Yes.
So like I know that like some of those girls like are in the trade, and you're aware of that, right?
Yes.
So how did you two meet?
I also had another job as well that was legitimate.
How did you two meet?
We met in Las Vegas. I lived in Vegas for a short period of time.
Okay. I mean, like that's like one of the few things that you've said that I actually believe. Yeah.
I've never lied about living. I used to live in Atlanta. I've lived in Vegas. I've lived in a little bit of everywhere.
Where specifically did you meet?
We met hanging out at a bar on the Strip.
Okay. What kind of bar?
Just a regular casino. Just a.
Oh, bingo!
Right.
Bingo!
I mean, you guys were.
Bingo! Biz Marty was on to something. Okay, so the fact. Okay, so anyway, I know this part of the story don't really matter. I just like when I figure shit out. Okay, when I come to a conclusion. Okay, and I come to the conclusion that when they first met, he may have been her landlord too. Okay, because that's where they meet the landlords at the casinos. Because that's where they have the most traffic. Bingo, the kid, and I ain't never lived in the area. I just know from research. That's it.
Living a similar lifestyle, I'd imagine.
Our lifestyle had changed by then.
Well, you were a dancer at the time, though, right?
No, I was not dancing at that current time. I was taking care of a gentleman that was handicapped. I'm being serious.
Oh, yeah.
Sugar baby. Okay, I'm kidding, Kaya.
Yeah, fair question. I mean, like,
no, I'm being honest. I told this story on my channel. I had met a gentleman and I used to take care of him, and he had gotten shot when he was a kid, and I would help him with everyday responsibilities. Help get him out of his chair, he'd take a shot, whatever he needed.
Great question.
Is that Mikkel? I changed my life back. Oh my goodness.
Right,
I used to always cook, and then I would dance, and then I cooked before I danced, and then I started cooking again. I don't even know. I have stopped dancing. I don't even know, to be honest. Maybe early 2000s. Don't quote me. I'm not for sure, to be honest.
So, like, when was he convicted? And when?
Okay, say that was the funniest thing, because if that was somebody, okay, so if I was taking care of somebody, I would say, oh, I went to take care of a friend who got shot and had like a real bad injury, and I was taking care of him. I wouldn't say a gentleman. That leads me to believe what? Like this. Oh my goodness. Miss T, what you say? What Miss T say? Of all these reasons to move to Vegas. I may move to Vegas. Like, no, I'm kidding. But Vegas has got a lot going on. I don't even want to visit it. I've never been. I've always wanted to go. I don't know if I even want to go to Vegas now. All this going on. You know, I don't want to see somebody's child walking around a casino being pimped out. You know what I'm saying? That's not cute. I don't want to see that.
When did he get out?
I don't know the exact time frame because he had been out before. He had been out a while before we had met.
Can I ask a question? When you said he picked you up from the ground, what did he do for you?
I mean, it's not we've all talked about it. I used to be into pharmaceuticals, and then unfortunately the pharmaceuticals went to other things. So he helped me get clean and, you know, basically was there for me. And, you know, he said, you're going to die. And if you don't change, that's kind of when the Fent
guy give your money or what?
So that's kind of when Fent came in the picture, and he was like, yo, I can't find you. I can't. So that's what I meant about that.
Can I ask you a serious question? And I'm not trying to pry too much, but I think people are wondering, there are a lot of people out there wondering if you are with him because you feel indebted to him?
No, absolutely not. He said that, do you want me to go? I've wrecked everything you built from the ground up. And I said, no. You've helped me build me back. I am not going to turn on you. Why? He said, do you want me to go? And I said, absolutely not. I see the person you are. I know the person you are. I know the person I've been with for years and every day. I'm not going to sit on here and be like, he does this, he does that, but he contributes to society. And, you know, he is trying to.
Okay, so let me ask you guys this, okay? Could you guys ever, now, so I get people do wrong, go to prison, jail, do the time, and get out. But if a person doesn't feel remorseful for what they've done, I couldn't even drive down that lane. I don't care how good they are to me. But if you hurt somebody severely and you have no remorse, that means you can turn around and do the same thing to me at any point in time in your life and have zero remorse. That's where I probably, because she did say he is not remorseful. She did say that. So, like, you know, he's not remorseful. Why and how? I mean, I don't care, but as a woman, as a young lady, why would you be okay with that? Why?
It'll never repay back the things that have happened, but
because there's no victim, right? Like, why do you need to repay somebody if there was no victim?
For the whole circumstances, Marty.
I'm never saying like a fair unit, like a fair rent.
I'm never saying that. Is this a fucked up situation? Absolutely.
Why?
Because it is a fucked up situation.
Well, what was fucked up about it?
He's a landlord.
He should have been more adamant to realize that she was younger and not participated in any of that. Not surrounded himself with somebody younger.
What do you mean?
Okay. So again, my glasses. Okay, let me explain this, y'all. Okay, and I know this for a fact. Okay, most landlords or apartment places do what? They run your social security number. Okay. On mine, it says it says red letters. It was started under 18. Credit was started under 18 because when I was 17 years old, I lied about my age to Capital One, and I got me a credit card at 17 years old. So, credit check, background check, that all tells your age, Bridge. Thank you, Bridge. That all tells your age. What landlord is going to let some random young person move in with no damn job, no check stubs, no background check, and no credit check? Lindsay, prove it. You have nothing. Nothing. Y'all. Okay, so apparently there is at least one more hour of this, guys. But unfortunately, I have to get ready for an interview at 5:00. So I have to hop off here, but I will be back for a part 2. Let's do a part 2 about 7:00. That sounds good. Let's give us time to regroup, come back, and we're gonna start where we left off at, okay? On part 2. But do y'all have any questions, concerns? Y'all have any input for her? Is there anything that y'all would like to express to her? Well, you know what? I would like to show y'all this. Oh, this candle is amazing, y'all. It's salted coconut and mahogany. Walmart for like $11. Get you one. And also, y'all, I said my input last night. Was you on panel 2, Bridge? Oh Lord. So I also want to tell you guys why I have y'all here as well. We are going to be doing TikTok drama. Okay, period. I had a panel the other day and it got really hectic. It got really chaotic. Ask Lindsay. Lindsay was there. Okay. Like Lindsay was there. So if you guys do not follow me on TikTok, go over right now. The link is in the description box below. Click that link. Go follow me. Y'all, it get really messy over there with drama, okay? And it's for the girls. It's for the girls, okay? So make sure y'all go over there, subscribe, because I do go live over there at least once or twice per day. I apologize. I haven't been going live as much here because I ran out of data, hotspot data on my phone. I get 100 gigs a month and I use it all somehow. Anyway, always remember, stay blessed, stay positive, and stay motivated. And I'll see you guys in part 2 at 7 o'clock. Now, where my outro at? Where my outro at? I'll be a monkey uncle. Oh, Lord.
Of this illusion, I am not really here, but intrusion. I don't swim or sink, I just float. I don't need gravity, I just need growth. When I move, it's in a quick rumble. I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to